We have about a minute to go.
Yeah.
Is it fair to say that this government hasn't delivered on anything?
I think, Buvi, we have degenerated into where I started by telling you that the easiest job to do in Kenya is to blame others. That's why when I want your job, Mbuvi, and I'm told in the interview that what do I think you did right, instead of answering the question what you did right, I'll start answering what you did wrong. And that's what the good professor has answered. He has answered what is wrong, he has not told you what is right, and he has not told you what he will do that will be better. So for me, I try very much to run away from that box of the normal politique of Kenya, that we must be able to recognize what has been done, even if it's been done by our worst enemy. I was in Azimio, and you know that. I was one of the people who campaigned for Raila Odinga. So I didn't vote for this president. But it will be unfair of me to say that this government has done totally nothing, because I must be able to judge him on two fronts. One, the manifesto that he has given the people and the needs of the people. I'll ask myself, Mbuvi, did President Ruto in his manifesto promise the people that he'll give them Hustler Fund, for instance? He promised them and he gave them. Did President Ruto promise affordable housing? He promised and he gave it. It's now here. We are having affordable housing as one of the projects in Kenya that touches in every part of Kenya. I dare say that I think it's the only legacy project that consumes that amount of money that has been felt in every part of Kenya since independence, because most of the projects that governments do go towards, the mega projects are always towards the home or the region of the president. Now this one cuts across. Has that affordable housing provided employment to young people? Because I go to those sites and I see people there who are actually working. That is a promise given and that is a promise delivered. Hasn't this government hired over 100,000 teachers, which is the highest cohort of teacher employment since independence? It has actually done. I look at it, Mbuvi, and look at things like the cost of living. When this government came into office, myself, Jeremiah Kioni, Raila Odinga, were here in the streets talking about the price of unga. Today, that conversation is not there anymore. That means there has been an intervention that has actually brought it to a certain level. I look at the fertilizer subsidy, for instance, that this fertilizer, when they came in, was about 7,500. Today, I go to Bungoma, and the people there are able to get that same fertilizer at 2,500. Those are some of the things that it's true that this government has done. When this government came, they promised, and I thought the good professor would speak to it because he's in that world, they promised an open university. I think they call it the e-university or something. Now, that university offers the same education at almost half the fee that people will be paying in another university.
It's actually called the Open University of Kenya.
The Open University of Kenya.
Yes.
Was it a promise given? Yes, it was a promise given. Is it a promise delivered? It is a promise delivered. So these are some of the things that are a reality. When you look at the biggest challenge that we're having in Africa, Mbuvi, and one of the challenges we have that is very big in Africa is youth.
Unfortunately, I will not be able to read all your messages. Lakini, thank you so much. You were saying something, my brother, here. You were talking about youth unemployment. You mentioned about 6 things that the government has done.
Yeah.
That's actually quite impressive for someone who's in opposition.
Yeah, because you see, Mbuvi, it is my business as a citizen to critique right. So, and it's also in my business to see what is actually being done. It's not just about blanket condemnation, because I don't think that moves the country anywhere. And so you'd ask me about what is this that has been able to be achieved. And I was talking about the question of youth unemployment, which is an African problem. It is not just a Kenyan problem. It is a menace that is there across Africa. When I was doing, I convened the Pan-African Youth Convention every year. And one of the subjects that has not failed to be part of that conversation for the last 5 years is youth unemployment. Now, when a president has come in, they must be able to look at how are they going to take care of some of these problems. And I see that they have been able to have some way of handling this unemployment crisis. I look at what the president has been doing recently, moving around and giving the young people the Nyota Fund to enable them start businesses. Is it true that all the 100%, there will be 100% transformation from all those young people because they have been given money? Not at all. But is it true that some of them will actually transform their lives courtesy of that? That is actually true. And that is an intervention. So for me, I feel like I cannot be able to just wish it away. I see what they have done on that subject of youth unemployment, and I've told you about the 100,000 jobs that they have done. When I look at this, the sports infrastructure, did they promise the Talanta Stadium? Yes, they did. Have they delivered the Talanta Stadium? It's there for all of us to see that they have actually been able to do that, and they promised that. So I look at what in matters the sports industry. Not to mention that even during the games, I think our players were that was the highest level of motivation that went to players since independence. I don't think there has been any government or any president that has been able to motivate our players to that level.
Okay.
That a player could be able to earn $1 million shillings per match. I don't know how much you earn, Mbuvi, for every appearance you have here.
It is definitely not $1 million every day.
So definitely, I really would be very, very naive to just say that I can wish that away and just say they have been able to do nothing. I think that will be blanket condemnation.
All right.
Those are some of the things that I feel in truth that have been actually have been able to be done by this government.
All right.
Do they amount to total transformation of the country? Not at all. Are there some things that they might have gotten wrong? Yes, there are.
Actually,
but these are the things that they have actually promised and they have actually delivered. And I'm sure that those were the ones that are off my mind. I'm sure even with time I can give you even more. So that is the reality.
I have a different